Good evening and welcome to the Job Search Solution, the radio program where we talk about looking for a job, changing jobs, changing careers, hiring. And as always, we begin with a prayer. Dear God, grant us thy peace and thy mercy, thy will be done. And in just a few minutes, Rich Levinsky is going to be with us talking about consultants in the workplace. That's what East 57th Street does. And Rich has been doing it since 1988, and he really knows his stuff. What I wanted to speak about this evening was an issue that is just so pervasive that it's sad, really, and it has to do with emails. For the most part, emails written on the part of candidates to employers, but just plain emails in general. Yesterday, I had a candidate that wrote an email to an employer following up with the employer on why he was interested in the job and why he would be good for the job. And he wrote 4 or 5 paragraphs going into why he was good for the job and why he ought to get hired. And I had instructed him, don't do that. It's just long emails do not get read. Look, the average person in business receives 120 new emails a day. The average executive gets 200 emails a day. I personally get close to 300 emails a day. When you're writing an email to someone that you've interviewed with, following up, thanking them for their time and their effort, they're going to scan it. They're not going to read it. They're going to scan it. And what you want to do is, dear Tony, thank you for the time you spent with you yesterday. You told me that you were looking for someone who was, and then bullet points, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. And I assure you, here is where I've been successful in the areas you would like. Bullet points, 1, 2, 3, 4. No longer than 2 sentences in each one of them. Your email is going to get scanned, and then if people see something they like, it's going to get read. But for the most part, everything on the screen gets scanned, and then it eventually gets read if the person's interested in reading it. But these long emails are ridiculous. Even what most people consider short emails aren't good. I was just happened to have our researcher come up with some articles about emails in the interviewing process, and even those authors got it wrong. They act as though everybody's going to read the email rather than scan the email. It needs to be short, it needs to be to the point, and it needs to be real specific. If it's a follow-up to a follow-up email, then it should go along the line of, dear Tony, I haven't heard from you in a couple of days. I wanted you to know I'm still very interested in your opportunity. What can I do to move forward with you? If you are following up emails to, say, a group of people that you interviewed with, email each person separately. You can say the same thing in the email to everybody that you met with. There's no problem with that, but you have to keep it short and you have to keep it to the point. If you don't, it ain't going to get read. It'll go in the delete file. So please keep that in mind. That's true with most emails. They got to be short and right to the point. When somebody starts out writing me an email that says, hello, Tony, good morning. I hope you're having a good day. I am so immediately turned off by that. And most people are turned off by that. So please keep your emails short, keep them to the point. You can email often now. Now there is something to emailing 2, 3, 4 times, don't have a problem with that, especially if you haven't gotten a response from somebody. Because there are times in the day where there might be emails that I would respond to, and then there are parts of the day when I won't respond to the emails. It depends on the time of the day I get them. If I get them real early in the morning, it's one thing. If I get them at night, that's another. But again, short and to the point. All right, we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. This is Tony Bashir with the Job Search Solution.